Pascale Coissard is the Emergency Director for Doctors Without Borders, and she joins us now live from Mawasi in southern Gaza. Pascale, thank you for joining us on the Al Jazeera News Hour. As we just said, the cold temperatures, the heavy rain, compounding the suffering of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who are already displaced. Describe to us the conditions on the ground as you've seen them.
Well, just an hour ago, I was coming back to our house, and in the streets, everything is flooded. The streets are flooded. The main road on the coastal side is flooded. A lot of tents are flooded, and you can see children in flip-flops under the rain. Living in these conditions. So it's not only the cold, it's also the rain. Even in some places, there was such heavy rain that some makeshift tents have collapsed. Some of our cars have been stopped by people because they need help to rebuild these shelters and these makeshift tents. And it's extremely cold during the night. People have no real shelter. It's makeshift. It's not a place where you can spend the winter, really.
Pascale, just describe for our audience, when we are seeing such freezing temperatures and people don't have adequate shelter, they don't have adequate clothing for the cold weather, describe to us how this can exacerbate the spread of illness and even disease.
Well, simply put, during the winter, we all get sick when we are not properly dressed, right? Well, this is the case here. The fact that supplies are restricted to enter make it difficult for the humanitarian organizations that could distribute blankets and clothing for the winter to people who need it. People, as I said, some children are in flip-flops in the rain, and people are just simply cold. They also get wet. So when there is no way to get warmer, when you have gotten wet because of the rain, and it's been raining for more than 24 hours straight now, people get sick, of course. And who are the most vulnerable people to the rain and the cold? The young children, and particularly the babies and those newborns who don't have a real immune system in place already.
Pascale, you've painted a very evocative picture of the children in the cold wearing flip-flops while they're navigating these heavy rains as well. We've noted, as I said earlier, that of the 7 Palestinians who died of hypothermia, 6 of them were young children, including a newborn. Talk us through, in terms of the patients that MSF is dealing with, how many people are grappling with hypothermia at this moment?
Well, we see a lot of upper tract infections. People are simply coughing and are getting tract infections because of the cold, as we would during the harsh winter in northern hemisphere, right? But the thing is that sometimes for those who are most vulnerable, they can even die of cold, right? It is difficult to say whether when there is still a baby that died, if it's because of hypothermia or something else. But for sure, the conditions right now, the living conditions and the cold are just spreading diseases, of course.
Pascale, thank you so much. That's Pascale Coissard, who is an emergency coordinator for Doctors Without Borders in Gaza.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.